Let me start off by saying hate is a strong word, but it is what I mean. So let's get into the video. If you do like any of the plants on this list, that's fine. It's literally just my opinion, so take it or leave it. Okay, let's get into the list. Plant numero uno. I need to consult my list. Alocasia flying squid. What are we doing? What are we doing with this one? It looks ridiculous. I'm just gonna say that, like, it looks like, well, it looks like a flying squid. Like, this thing has no leaves for starters. I could get it if you were like a collector of Alocasia and you like just want them all just for the sake of having them all, and it's something really different, and I get that, but like, is this comically different? Okay, this thing, I'm looking at a picture right now. It has leaves, but they are shriveled. This plant looks traumatized. I feel like if you're looking for this look, there are plenty of air plants that kind of look like this. Kind of looks like grass. Actually, it really looks like grass. If you told someone you were into houseplants and you were like, here's my Alocasia flying squid, you'd get even more looks than usual. So that was Alocasia flying squid. Plant number two. Now, the common name for this one is Chinese money plant, which there are multiples. I know some people call the umbrella tree Chinese money plant. Some people also call pothos Chinese money plant. I've seen that. I feel like when people say Chinese money plant, most people think of this one. Unlike the Alocasia, I have actually grown this one, and I can with confidence say that I cannot grow this plant, first of all. I'm kind of jealous, to be honest. I've seen other people grow them really nice. I do not have the power. I do not have the green thumb when it comes to this plant. I'm gonna put up a nice mature picture. You can get this really established. It's got like a really quirky shape where you can get it kind of like top heavy but also bottom heavy because it makes a lot of shoots at the bottom. For me personally, this plant lasted probably a few weeks before I killed it. Pilea for me, very hit and miss. Some of them are really difficult. Some of them, actually, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I own one Pilea. No, literally not one. If you were in the plant hobby a few years ago, you would know that these plants at one point were massively popular, and then it kind of became common and everyone had it, and now it's kind of out of fashion. But I still get that like original appeal for those like saucer shaped leaves. I kind of feel like this plant has been replaced by Peperomia polybotra, which got more like a teardrop shape to them. Also, it's Peperomia, so if you do better with Peperomia, you might have a better chance there. Plant number two, Philodendron birkin. Same thing, and I'm noticing a trend with this list already. Philodendron birkin used to be popular at some point. It was the only house plant on the market that had those kind of stripy leaves. Grew it, got sick of it. I think we all collectively developed like Philodendron birkin fatigue, having seen this one over and over and over on Instagram. To me, Philodendron birkin just looks so houseplanty, like generic houseplant. It's giving like set dressing. It's just boring. Plant number four, Calathea roseopicta. Now technically, I'm including basically all Calathea roseopicta varieties. There are quite a lot. Throw them all under the bus. Also cannot grow these. I've tried a couple. If we remember our indoor plant tour, I had a planter box, like a window box, and I'd put a couple Stramanthe in there, a couple roseopicta. All of the Calathea died. Well, died back. I don't know if any of them are still alive or like struggling in that planter box, but like right now it's literally just surviving Stramanthe in there, like nothing else. I will say I'm not including all Calathea because I haven't tried all Calathea. I've heard that orbifolia can be quite easy. Maybe I could do a better chance with other Calathea if I tried, but like right now the roseopicta varieties are on my shit list. Number five is Philodendron narrow. I wish I knew what 5 was in Spanish. I have no idea. AKA shark tooth, jungle boogie, I've even heard it. Now, I have a hate-love relationship with Philodendron narrow just because it does grow weedy. So if you want something that's gonna get very big very quickly, I would say go for that. But like if you're like me and you're trying to conserve on space, Philodendron narrow is a nightmare, an actual nightmare. it's gone. It's gone on the table. I would even say if you want to get something that grows like a Philodendron narrow, this type of thing, if you have space for that, I would get a ring of fire because I think that looks way better than the plain green form. It just kind of gets boring after a while, but it does depend on, you know, like the rest of your collection. If you have a lot of variegated plants, you might want to get something different to add in that color, but like I think the ring of fire looks cool. I mean, also the neon. I'm calling it Philodendron narrow neon. I don't know what the name is. Plant number 6 is fiddle leaf fig, aka Ficus lyrata. I have seen these look good, and the reason this tree is making the list is because I hate the little one stem in the pot joint. I just feel like it looks really boring and generic. There have been fiddle leaf figs that I like the look of. I'm thinking of Summer Rain Oaks' one that she had in her New York flat. If you know, you know. She grew that really nicely, and I think it's because she had it in a good spot, but also she had big windows with like a lot of light coming in. I feel like you really need that for a fiddle leaf fig tree. It is a tree at the end of the day. It's not going to tolerate the amount of shade as, say, an anthurium or something like that. If I had a fiddle leaf fig tree, I'd probably grow it in the carport. I don't know, it's literally just that like starter plant where it's like one lonely stem where I'm like, ugh. I do like the way they look when they have more of a like a lived in look feel. Plant number 7, Peperomia watermelon. Peperomia argyreia. Kind of same situation as Pilea peperomioides, was definitely a trend during the pandemic. They came out in Woolies and people lost their minds, me included, to be honest. All got them, and I think some people managed to successfully grow them. That Peperomia looked good for like a month, and then after that month, quietly forgotten about them. It just turned out to be way too hard to grow. The only Peperomia that I've managed to like successfully grow long term is Peperomia maculosa. I will ride or die for Peperomia maculosa. That is my favorite peperomia. It looks cool, it grows easy. I've actually been on the lookout for another peperomia that I feel like looks similar to maculosa. It's called Peperomia sarcophylla. Haven't seen that anywhere. Have not seen that anywhere. But as for watermelon peperomia, pass. Plant number 8, and we are nearing the end with this one. Philodendron, we're back at the philodendron. Philodendron paraiso verde. Philodendron paraiso verde. Oh, there it is. There it is. Notice how solid green that is. Therein lies my problem with this plant. This thing needs extreme heat, in my opinion, to get the variegation back. The variegation is, I would say, light and heat dependent, but mostly heat in my experience. At this point, it's being outcompeted. I don't know if you can tell. It's being outcompeted by a bunch of majestic and splendid cuttings and a philodendron florida in there. I've lost all hope in this plant. I've lost hope in being able to grow this into what I thought I would turn it into, which is basically this image that I'm showing you. To anyone thinking of getting a paraiso verde, just get a Jose Bono instead. It doesn't look the same, I will say. It doesn't look marginally the same, but it does grow way better, and it has variegation that's stable, which is definitely not the case for the paraiso verde. I feel like I would have to live in the country, TM, in order to grow paraiso verde to its full potential, because I would need serious heat. If you live somewhere where it regularly reaches like above 30 degrees, maybe then the paraiso would be for you. But if you're in Cape Town, good luck. Good luck, because you would need a Laura heat. That's that. She gets a pass from me. Get the Jose Bono instead. So much easier. I've never grown it. I will say, disclaimer, I've never actually grown Jose Bono. They look like they'd be easy plants. I could be wrong, but they look like they'd be easy plants. And you still get that size out of them. You get size and stable variegation. Do you know what? I'm honestly being like re-triggered looking at our next one. Our next one, Planto number 9, Croton. Old Croton. One of my very first plants ever. One of them was a Croton. I got it because it was colorful, it was eye-catching, but this is not a house plant by any means. Croton look fine outdoors. If you have like a tropical garden, Croton the shit out of it. It'll look amazing. But as a house plant, I can think of 10 other plants better than a Croton. I mean, it is technically like a tree, like a bush, and you do get different types of Croton. For God's sakes, they really need to stop marketing this tree as a house plant. You need sun to get the color, first of all. Give the Croton a pass, get something else. I'm willing to give the Croton even less grace than the Ficus lyrata because I just do not believe these belong indoors. Number 10, you know what? Number 10 is actually going to be so controversial. I'm going to say for number 10, all Syngonium, minus Chiapence and Frosted Heart. You know what? Let's throw Steomachie in there as well. Minus those three off the top of my head. But if we're talking about every other Syngonium podophyllum, including the massive range of colors they come in, I can't do it. I tried to grow Syngonium. Over time, I just didn't know what to do with it. Do you know what? I'm also taking off the list Syngonium erythrophylla off the list. What did they used to call this? Lanocartii? But Syngonium erythrophylla, except this one, because I love this one. But I'm talking about everything else. The Syngoniums that grow mature and then they turn into like a tri-leaf situation. That's what I mean. And literally this one's just personal. I don't like the way they grow. I feel like Syngonium look good, big and kind of wild. Again, tropical garden. If you've got a nice tropical garden, I would put the Syngoniums out there. You know, you could like use them as bedding plants. They would look pretty good. You know, slowly climbing up walls and that sort of thing. As an indoor plant, I can't do it with Syngonium. I cannot. I reckon they'd look nicer in like a basket. It would all like cascade over the sides and then you have this big basket of Syngonium podophyllum. That would be fine if you could get that to grow nicely indoors. As like a little puny pot of Syngonium, I can't do it. Syngonium elbow, I've got that one. Now that I'm thinking about it, Syngonium red spot tricolor, such a nice one. But when you grow that out and you have like a bunch of like a full pot of tricolor, even then I'm like, it's too busy. Like you look at it and it just looks too busy. But that one's just really personal preference. Like I have Syngonium fatigue and I don't think it's wearing off anytime soon. So that was 10 plants I absolutely cannot stand. I suppose 10 plants that I would never bring back into the collection. I've seen all I needed to see. It's kind of just part of the plant hobby to like figure out stuff that you like and stuff that you don't like. It's a natural progression. So I will say, comment down below. First of all, like and subscribe. I haven't said it in a while, but then also comment down below what your most hated plant is. Like you really just can't stand this thing. We all have one, I reckon, and maybe we can commiserate in the comment section about it. Okay, bye.